For many players, the Tree Sentinel is very first lesson Elden Ring tries to teach. You step out into Limgrave for the first time, excited to explore this massive new world, and almost immediately you spot a golden knight patrolling the road ahead. He doesn't look particularly special, just a heavily armored warrior on the horseback. Then you fight him, and within seconds you're flat on the ground wondering what just happened. The Tree Sentinel has become one of the Elden Ring's most iconic enemies, but what's interesting is that he isn't a unique individual. The knight roaming around Lingrave is actually part of a larger order known as the Tree Sentinels, elite warriors who served the Golden Order and protected the Erdtree. To understand who they are, we first need to understand what the Erdtree represents. Long before the events of Elden Ring, the Erdtree stood as a symbol of divine authority in the lands between. It was the physical manifestation of the Golden Order's power and the center of faith for much of the world. Naturally, something so important that needed protectors. That's where the Tree Sentinels came in. These knights were among the most respected warriors of the Golden Order, clad in brilliant golden armor and riding heavily armored steeds. They served as guardians of sacred places connected to the Earth Tree, and their equipment wasn't merely ceremonial. Every piece of their armor reflected their devotion to the Golden Order and their role as the defenders of its ideals. What separated them from ordinary soldiers was their combination of martial skills and holy power. Tree Sentinels wielded weapons blessed by the Erdtree itself, allowing them to channel golden energy in combat. Whether it was their massive halberds or their devastating shield attacks, everything about them was designed to represent the might of the Golden Order. The first Tree Sentinel player encounters in Limgrave is likely patrolling the area for some reason he always has. Even after the shattering plunged the lands between into chaos, he continues carrying out his duty while kingdom collapsed and demigods fought wars against one another. The Tree Sentinel remained at his post, protecting territory connecting to the Earth Tree. In a way, that's one of the recurring themes of Elden Ring. Many characters are trapped by their purpose, unable to move on from the roles they were given. The Tree Sentinels are no exceptions. Even as the world falls apart around them, they continue serving an order that is already crumbling. But the ordinary Tree Sentinel isn't the only member of the order that we encounter. Later in the game, players come across the Draconic Tree Sentinel. At first, they look similar to their traditional counterparts. They wear golden armor, ride armor horses, and wield enormous weapons. But there is one major difference. They command the power of dragons. At some point in history, these knights incorporated draconic abilities into their fighting styles. Their weapon crackle with red lightning, a power associated with the ancient dragons that once ruled the land between before the rise of the Erdtree. This creates an interesting contrast. The Golden Order and the ancient dragons were once competing forces in the world's history, yet the Draconic Tree Sentinels combine elements of both traditions. They are living examples of how the Golden Order adapted and absorbed aspects of old powers over time. The most famous Draconic Tree Sentinel guards the entrance of Leyndell, the royal capital. This isn't a random placement. Leyndell is the heart of the Golden Order, and placing one of its strongest guardians at the city's gate reflects just how important the capital remains. Even after countless wars and the collapse of central authority, these knights continue defending sacred location, and that's what really define all tree sentinels. Unlike many of Elden Ring's character, they don't have personal ambitions. They are not trying to become Elden Lord. They are not seeking revenge. They are not pursuing forbidden knowledge. Their entire identity is built around duty. They are guardians in the purest sense of the word. For generations, they protected the Erdtree, defended Holy Side, and served the Golden Order with absolute loyalty. Even after the world changed beyond recognition, they never abandoned that purpose. That's why the first Tree Sentinel leaves such a strong impression on players. He's not just a difficult boss standing in your way, he's a symbol. A reminder that the power of the Golden Order still exists, even in the broken world, and whether you're facing the Golden Knight in Limgrave or mighty Draconic Tree Sentinel outside Leyndell, you're fighting warriors who have dedicated their entire lives to protecting something they believed in sacred. In the end, the story of the Tree Sentinel isn't really about individual heroes or villains. It's about loyalty, duty, and what happens when someone continues serving a cause long after the word that created it has begun to disappear.